This better get easier.
And we're back with...
Oh, hey, sorry.
Oh, hey. Didn't see you there.
Didn't see that. What's going on, YouTube?
What's going on?
Today,
we got a good one for you today.
We have a really good one. It's the part 2 to the one that was last week. Go watch the last one if you haven't seen this one, because, you know, why do that? It's really stupid if you don't. So first, I'll start off with saying last time we watched this really awesome film that we're going to interview the people from today. So watch that. Also, watch all the other ones. Watch Hourglass. Watch Toronto.
Yes.
Watch those guys.
First of all, yes, go watch their film from 2018. It was a while ago. But New Wings, a Batgirl fan film by Last Resort Ideas. It's really great. It's really great. I mean, with them not here, I'm going to say it is really awesome. The best one
I think I've seen so far.
Okay, here we go. So in the waiting room, I got Franklin Ritch, Emma Catharine, and Britt McTammany. Welcome, welcome, everyone. Admitting all. Right now. Here we go. This is exciting. What's going on, everybody?
Hello.
Hey guys.
How are you guys?
Hi. We're doing all right. How about you?
Not too bad. Not too
bad. Too bad? No? Quarantine treating you all well?
Well as I guess it could be. Yeah.
All right. Wow. Welcome, you guys. So we were just, Brent and I were just talking about how amazing it was, just in case you guys weren't willing to admit it. But it was amazing. And I know it was a while ago, and I know we're kind of late to the game here, but we loved it. And we have some questions for you guys. I mean, if you guys are down to answer some.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I know we're super thrilled that people are still discovering it and enjoying it. So yeah, feel free. We've got hopefully we've got the answers that you're looking for.
Thanks for making it. I mean, seriously, that was a delight to watch.
So awesome, guys. Like, as somebody who's a filmmaker and an actor, I got like insane vibes from both sides that were just like, whoa, this is on every level great. Like, so that it was a great experience to watch. So we said it came out a while ago. So is there anything you guys would have done differently or you would have changed about the process?
I know I definitely have several answers for that, but Britt, Emma, do either of you have anything before I answer?
New Wings was really my first kind of venture into film, so I was completely terrified going into that. And now that I've worked in film for a few more years, I think that like the terror over my own performance, I was constantly freaking out on set and trying to hide it. But I think now that I've been doing some more short film work, especially with Franklin, I think that like going into it, I would have had a different mindset into filming.
Well, I mean, every film is a learning experience, right? I don't know how many we've done before that one and how many we've done after it, but it's been a few. But I mean, I always approach everything with an opportunity to learn something, right? Even at my senior age, I'm the oldest one in the bunch. But I always wish the clay ham was better. I know that you guys probably want to talk about that, but that was something that was very challenging to do. I know Franklin will have some stories about it, but I don't know, it went pretty well, actually. Mm-hmm. I think we would have added another day of shooting. I think did we do it in 2 days? Those were tough.
Oh yeah, we were going like far into the morning, like 2:30, 3:30 in the morning sometimes. And some of our actors were just passing out just from being tired.
The crew was passing out, if I remember correctly. But yeah, we've always worked with tiny crews. I mean, you look at the credits and it's like not many people at all. So, but it's not like I would add more people. I think that since we've done that film, we've kind of brought a few more people into the fold in terms of crew and stuff, which would probably have been helpful on that shoot. But no, for the most part, I think the shoot went pretty darn well considering everything.
Oh, definitely. So. And now for the grand bashing.
yeah. Let
as I've come to
apart now. This film actually, I know you guys probably don't agree, but I think this film is the worst. It's awful. It's absolutely hands down one of the worst projects we've ever been a part of. And if I had the Infinity Gauntlet, I would just snap my fingers and this whole thing would just go away, just wipe off the face of the internet, never to be seen or heard from again. I think just overall, there's sort of since there is a lot of dialogue, and I mean, the majority of the film is just people talking, I think there are definitely times where we should have been picking up the pace with the dialogue, and that's on me, not the actors. That's the responsibility of the director to say, hey, we got to pick up these cues or sort of speed up the pacing a little bit. So that's definitely one. Another one, definitely, and I'm sure the two of you will agree, after watching your review, I really wish that her hoodie had been open the whole time so people could see the sorry shirt in all of its glory. I really loved that shirt, and I wish people had gotten more of a chance to see it. As soon as someone mentioned, I think I forgot who it was, they were like, I know that R. I know that R. Yes,
recognize
someone else has experienced
globally.
that.
Yeah.
And then also there's that shot of the bathroom door where Bruce goes into the bathroom, and then Gordon and Barbara are outside the bathroom. And I don't know why I didn't say, okay, this is stupid, but there's like the moment where he's like whispering to Barbara, and he's leaning in towards the door, and it's always bugged me. Like, why would he do that? Bruce can clearly hear him. If he's trying to be sneaky, why would he lean in towards the door?
Right.
So yeah, other than that though, no, I couldn't be more proud of this film and of this team. I think it's one of the best things that we've actually ever made, just from a technical and storytelling point of view.
Definitely. Yeah, no, if we had 2 hours, I would contest like half of everything you just said. But I mean, from a filmmaker to a filmmaker, I definitely understand, like, this was terrible, I could have done better. But I'm going to be totally honest, like, I'll speak for both Brendan and myself. You all should be like really proud of this. This was, I mean, I've seen a lot of fan films in my day, and yeah, I've got like a cane and everything, and a lot of them don't, well, they're not original, they're not sort of taking the characters and pushing them farther, pushing them past the borders of the comic books, and I think this was really original, and it was a delight to watch. But yes, I'm going to stop like gushing, and we'll keep going.
Like, that role is, I think you have to be able to judge yourself a little bit. And I think that sometimes, even after it's done, after you've directed something, you're still crapping on yourself for those things that you've done a while back. So I relate to that, and the whole, I'd wish I'd done a million things differently. And I'm still glad that it's out there, and it's gained a lot of attention.
It's definitely like the video that has the most views on the channel right now. I mean, and that's no surprise, really. I think and we get comments like that too. I'll put out some sort of monologue about existential dread or something that's like super artsy fartsy, and there will always be someone in the comments that just goes, if you look at your view count, like, you should be making more superhero films because that's what people want to see. And you're like, give up on pursuing your dreams. Just stick to more Batgirl films.
Right.
And I appreciate that. I can't help but I do appreciate that mentality.
Yeah. Every nerd that ever existed is going to tell you to make more superhero movies. But if you ever wanted to make another one,
hey, I've had a love-hate relationship with superheroes. That's kind of what actually inspired this. But we don't have to get into that yet. I don't know if I don't want to throw us off course of the conversation here.
Yeah,
but,
totally.
Absolutely. And we can talk about that as well. There are plans for a sequel. There are definitely plans for another one. I don't know how soon or how realistic, but yes, given the opportunity, I would love to tell another story with this version of Barbara Gordon played by Emma, and if by some miracle Warner Brothers said, would you be interested in a feature or a TV series, I would absolutely say yes. But I would want to be sure, though, because that it is going to be our vision and not what we're seeing constantly. I'm sure that you guys are experiencing the same kind of fatigue from Warner Brothers as a lot of other people are, and everything starts to stagnate.
Frustration, it's pretty bad.
Sure.
But I do have a question for Emma, and how was the whole experience of this? Like, what did you initially think when you were asked to like take on this iconic role?
what happened literally with the auditions was Franklin posted it on Facebook, and we're based in Florida. And at the time I was attending University of Central Florida in Orlando. And I don't know what entirely came over me, but I saw this announcement that Franklin put out that he was wanting to do this Batgirl short film. And in my head, I went, I want this. I want this more than I've wanted anything in my life. I don't know what came over me. I literally don't. And I couldn't attend, I think, the first round of auditions because I had work in Orlando. So I sent in a video audition, and Franklin called me and he was like, hey, can you come to Jacksonville and do callbacks? And I said, sure. And so I drove up for the weekend. I did callbacks with him. And he called me while I think I was watching a Marvel superhero movie with my mom in theaters. And he called me offering me the role. And I was just freaking out. I had never done film before, ever. I'm a theater kid. And I don't know, something just came over me, and I wanted that role more than anything. And so I fought for it. And working again with Franklin was the best experience. And I'm really grateful that we get to work again on a bunch of other films now.
Oh, definitely. So you guys are still in close contact with each other.
But we all three of us have been working on pretty much on projects since New Wings. Britt and I have been working on stuff long before that. And I had known Emma when she was much younger, when I just remember her as being this little kid backstage at our community theater, our local community theater. So when she sent in the video audition, I was like, oh, cute. Like Emma sent in a video. Oh, all right. I guess I'll watch it. And then it was like, it was just very apparent right off the bat that she was Barbara Gordon. And then if you don't know this about Emma, she also has a lot of the skills that Barbara Gordon has. If you look behind her, that those things above her, those are all belts.
Oh my God.
Go ahead, Emma. List off all of your.
Oh my God! Wait,
I was wondering what those were.
So if you really want to take the time and, well, no, if you really want to take the time and like look at that first shot from the film that is done so beautifully by Britt, there are a lot of little tiny Easter eggs in there that are actually from my house. So I did Taekwondo for 10 years. Those are all my accomplishments up there, all the boards that I broke for getting new belts and everything like that. I was a junior black belt for a couple years. That is actually the costume right there that my mom and I sewed. Yeah, because I can also sew as well. And a couple other random trophies from my mom are also in that shot and stuff like that. Yeah, so.
Yeah,
wow.
Pretty much everything personality wise. And the only thing I think that Emma's just, not quite as adequate as Barbara is just the technical hacking stuff. But otherwise, when it comes to martial arts and sort of the scrappiness and also I love the idea that she had to make her own costume at first. So it was really cool that Emma was like, yeah, I'm going to make it myself. And she did. And, it was finished, I think, only minutes before we started rolling. It was, oh, wow. It was kind of down to the wire with that, but it looks great. That's one of everyone's favorite parts about it.
It was a stressful process making that costume because everything that possibly could go wrong in making it did go wrong. Like we broke the costume on set too. Oh yeah, the gloves I actually had to re-sew them like minutes before, and then pulling them off, I broke them. And the cape is actually supposed to come off, but the buttons that are on it are broken at the moment, so I got to go back and fix them. We broke that thing on set.
Oh wow. Yeah, follow-up question. I mean, now I was rewatching New Wings, and I am sort of a Lego collector. I mean, I used to be, not anymore. But I was looking, and you guys have seen the Lego Batman movie, have you not? Yeah. No? Oh, wow.
Emma, you're a terrible Batman fan. How dare you? Get out. Leave the Zoom call now.
Okay, I'm going to be totally honest with you. Lego Batman movie has claimed top spot as my favorite animated movie ever. And I was going to ask you if you had based it off of Batgirl from the Lego Batman movie, but
I think Lego Batman came out after.
Did it? What year was that? Oh, was it? I have not been keeping track of time in the slightest.
Got it. I think it's the 2019 movie. Googling it right now.
It's 2017. It's
2017.
it was a year
When did we make New
before,
Wings?
2018.
April
Oh, it's the year before.
2018.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it had come out.
Year
It had
before.
come out
Ah.
already.
It's the greatest movie
The
in
costume is
history.
based though off of the new 52 version of Batgirl. This
Oh,
is where I
Yep.
show my
yeah.
true nerdiness
That's
here.
where I
but,
was going with it.
New
but
52.
there are some things like I'm really proud of the cowl. I like that, and I fought too. Everyone was like, "No, don't put the cloth under the eyes." But I fought for the cloth and the cowl.
Oh, it looks great.
Because I love that look. It kind of reminds me of like one of the animated series. Not the original, but like the Batman on WB. Batgirl had those sort of like white eyes, and I just always really liked that. So it's that with the new 52 and some of the things that Emma was able to find. Those boots are like right off the page.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
we're very proud, even though it's a costume you see for only like I think a total of maybe 20 seconds in the film. We still wanted it to feel authentic, like this was really
yeah.
Batgirl.
Yeah, no, and it's totally worth it, even if it's on for less than a minute. We didn't have any questions about this, but definitely like we got to compliment that costume. It turned out great.
Thank
I've got
you
a
so much.
question. Clayface hand. Tell us all about it.
All right. So this was the big thing, right? I mean, for me, it was like, okay, well, every like Batman fan film. What we want to do is like break all the rules with all of the other sort of Batman fan films out there. They always have like some college acting student playing the Joker, or like you get your uncle
Oh, man.
David to be the Penguin. But what we wanted for an antagonist was something a little more interesting, and I always kind of liked those sort of it's those kinds of plays and stories where it's like there's a thing in the house that we got to try and cover up. It reminds me a lot of that scene in Iron Giant, where it's like there's the giant
Yes.
hand that he's like.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I always liked stuff like that, and I thought it would just be kind of fun because we knew we were going to set it in Barbara Gordon's house. That could be the main conflict. And to me, I've always loved Clayface. I thought, wouldn't it be cool if it was just Clayface's severed hand just running around the house, and Barbara and Bruce have to like keep it away from Gordon, try to like take care of it while Gordon's distracted. So then it was like, okay, that's feasible, right? How do we do that? We knew right off the bat, and I think, Britt, do you remember this conversation we had where we were like, no CG, like absolutely no CGI?
Yeah. I remember we were in your bedroom trying to build this prototype. Oh my God, what a pain.
Okay, now I'm a little scared. Wait, yeah, hold on.
Prototype. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, just
Well, we had to figure out how to make something that you could, I mean, it's a practical effect, right? So we had to figure
Right.
out how to make it look like clay. So to me, there's two versions of it. There's the hand you see that's moving. That actually came out pretty good. The composite could have been a little bit better, but for the most part, it came out good. But then there's the one that's on her arm in the beginning. And
That was
that's
actually the hardest one.
that was very difficult.
Right.
and
That's crazy.
It was rough.
So there are technically
work.
5 versions. We had the frozen one, which was actual clay that we sort of made into a bracelet that we sort of just cling to her arm. And then the trash bag that she puts on her desk. That's one of my favorite shots in the whole thing. And I think it's got Britt McTammany's title is up right there. It's one of my favorite shots. So the trash bag is on her desk. And what we did is we put like an RC motorized car inside of that trash bag with some other like fluff, and then just sort of like scooted it with the remote control, so it would just go and then eventually fall off the desk, sort of just to simulate like a hand trying to reform and get itself off the desk. And then you had the what was just a shadow under the door, the crack under the door, that was just someone's hand. And then you had what we called the green sleeve. So what we did is we had a latex glove, covered it in sort of prosthetic clay-esque mixtures that I think included
Latex
oatmeal and bits of
globs.
styrofoam that were all covered and done by our makeup artist, Brittany, who did incredible work on the film. And then had a green sleeve that we just sort of stretched out over someone's arm. I think it was actually my arm, wasn't it?
It was your arm.
Yeah. And then we just sort of walked that out. And then our VFX artist, Rio Lopez, just removed the green to a little bit of touch up, so you don't see like a weird empty spot in the frame. And then also he added a little bit of clay like streaks where the hand was sort of dragging itself. But the big thing was just getting the weight right, like the fingers were sort of dragging the bottom half of the hand across. So there was that, and then we used actual clay for the part where he slams his fist, where Bruce slams his fist on the counter. And then I think it was also, again, a latex something that we covered in all of the clay material that he sort of stretches and stuff. And the knife was a knife that we had to cut a section out. And then I had my fist with the green sleeve. If you look at that shot, you can actually see where we sort of move the mask a little bit, but you got the green sleeve and then the clay glob in the fist with the knife, the bottom knife stuck in, and I'm sort of like holding the top of it just sort of with my fingers. And Emma and I have to sort of choreograph how she's going to hold it up so that it doesn't look weird, like, because I'm essentially controlling where the knife goes, but it has to look like Emma holding it up. And then the part. Yeah, so it's easy peasy, simple stuff.
That sounds like such a stressful process, and I'm like insanely impressed that you guys it looked like it's supposed to be there, and the fact that it took so much, you can't even tell. Like that's insane, and it's very impressive that you guys were able to pull that one off.
I'm trying to look right now. I mean, I'm on the knife shot, and I'm
so if you look at the wall, there's
I look crazy.
Wall to the left of where she lifts up the knife. If you look at the wall on the left, you can actually see, because on YouTube it picked it up when it compresses. You can actually see where that traveling mat goes up. You can actually sort of see a little seam in the VFX. But again, that was something that only showed up on YouTube.
I mean, I'm sure you guys saw this, but what do you think the characters of New Wings would be doing right now? Without any spoilers, question mark, for possible sequel ideas. But
with this whole thing about the pandemic and everything like that, I guarantee, like, she's 16 in that movie. It's been 3 years. She would probably be in college working with the local hospital trying to find a cure for COVID. That's what I probably imagine her doing, working on that, and then like convincing her dad, like pushing him every single day, go get the vaccine so that we can get back to normal life. As long as and also with fighting crime and everything like that. And with the cowl, she probably has like her mask, which is like 5 layers deep with that, so that no one can tell who she is anymore. Absolutely not. So that's how I see her right now. 19-year-old Barbara Gordon still fighting crime and then finding a cure to COVID on the side.
On the side, yeah. Just as a little side project. Definitely.
Britt, any thoughts?
Yeah, I'm not qualified to answer that really, because I mean, my exposure to Batman was when I was a little kid and the original series. And then I didn't do the comics or any of that stuff. I appreciate the art in it and everything. But no, I know how deep that all of there's all sorts of little hidden things. It was funny when I watched you guys reacting to it. You're like saying, oh, wow, okay. And then this, I'm like, Jesus, I didn't even know those were things. But I thought, it doesn't surprise me with Franklin. He
I know, I gotta say,
storytelling goes deep.
Oh, yeah.
Watching you guys watch it was like one of the greatest things ever for me, because you're catching all of these little things, these little Easter eggs and the little subtle nods, and sort of connecting those dots. As soon as someone was like, is that Clayface? I was like, yes. And then later on, someone was mentioning the broken legs homage, that sort of foreshadow. All that stuff. I'm a big Batman Batgirl fan, so we want to include stuff like that without it seeming like pandering. It's just sort of those little things that you can catch.
Right, not in your face stuff, but sort of like things that you'd catch if you knew the story behind it all.
Absolutely.
Working as like a fan for doing it for fans, you know what I mean? Like, I think that if you make a film as a fan of something, and you can sort of sprinkle in all the little things that other fans will pick up on, while also making it totally enjoyable for anybody who isn't like fully invested in it.
Right. I think you're absolutely right. There's got to be something that hooks you, even if you have no idea who these characters are, that engages you. I think everybody empathizes with, a kid who wants to go out in the middle of the night and do heroic things. I think that's why Barbara Gordon is, in my opinion, one of the best comic book characters, because everybody can empathize. The idea of like, I'm going to sneak out at night. My dad is the police commissioner, but I'm still going to sneak out and do this stuff. I know I'm young and I'm ambitious, but I can do it. I'm tech savvy. I'm kung fu master. I can do whatever. So I empathize with that a lot. And as you were asking about like what would they be doing now, I think Barbara Gordon, I've always been fascinated with this idea that she has sort of a slow disillusionment to Bruce Wayne and to Batman. And I'd love to explore that further because she's one of the few people that will call him out on his bullshit. I'm sorry, are we allowed to say? I don't know if we're allowed to swear.
You can say bullshit.
Yeah, we want the real you guys.
Like
you know.
racist.
Gotcha.
Yeah, definitely.
But like she's willing, she's able to call him out on that kind of thing. But at the same time, she idolizes him and looks up to him. And I'd love to see her sort of realizing, because he might be a hero, he might be doing some great stuff, but he's dealing with his trauma in the worst way possible.
Yeah.
Or at least in the most unhealthy way possible. And she's aware of this. And I think she at times she has to sort of snap him back into, no, get yourself together kind of situation. And I would love to sort of see that. I want to real quick plug this because
Go for it.
I know how we were talking about potentially working on a follow-up film. And I do have something to share with you guys. It's just a clip of audio from the beginning. I know how much you guys loved the beginning of New Wings, so I just wanted to share this little clip. Right, you can just hear it. It's a little audio clip. So here it is from this is going to be the sequel to New Wings. The first couple seconds. Just really to get you into the spirit of
don't do me like
New
that,
Wings is all
man.
about.
Oh God.
But I think that's it's going to be people like you guys, people that were fans of the first New Wings will sort of get us. Okay, we're back in it. Like this is the world that we're back getting reintroduced to.
Sorry, I know I
people
really
feel
should be laughing.
Again, I'm never gonna let Ian live that one down.
That was my bad. I'm so sorry.
No, it was great.
Once
It was
again.
great.
Oh,
Without I never thought of it until, yeah, you're absolutely right though. When you play just that secluded bit, that's exactly what it sounds like. I will say though, that band, they're called the Young Step, and they're in St. Augustine, which is just south of us.
I googled
Absolutely
them right after. They're great.
And it
But,
totally fits the vibe. I mean, the music, especially in the beginning, I mean, it so sets up, like, I love movies with that kind of vibe. It's like, it's all positive energy, you know?
So how was, my question is for Emma again, how was it on set with the other actors? Because you guys all had really good chemistry together, and I think that everything felt very legitimate. And did you know these people going into it, or was it like you had to just figure out how to make these realistic on the spot?
Very much the second one. David Horn and I, we did callbacks together, but I had not met Anthony Paderewski until the day he was on set. And you can probably tell Paderewski is much larger than life. He very much is, both on and off camera. So there's so many bloopers from this because he would just make me crack so many times. And this is a man who does like location scouting for like Marvel TV shows. He's incredible. He's legit. He does so many things, and he's this larger than life personality. He's absolutely wonderful. And I can say the exact same thing for David. But yeah, we didn't know each other going in. We had to form those relationships on the spot. But it was working with the both of them was just so easy. It was so lovely.
Yeah, at first the username Anthony shoots people. That scared me for 2 hot seconds. But
that is very much like that. That's just PG, Anthony. Like it was, being on set with him was a riot and a half. Being on set with both of them was a riot and a half. Oh, I have stories. We're not gonna. You guys want this to be on YouTube? I'm not gonna tell those.
No.
Mm-mm.
I mean, we've
Anthony
got time after
Paderewski
recording stop.
Was like constantly cracking these amazing one-liners and little quips, and I mean he is like the most charismatic person I've ever met, and he's constantly cracking these like PG-13 jokes, but they never like go over the line. And David Horn is, his personality is very different from Anthony's, and yet every once in a while David would drop an R-rated joke and we would all like be stunned.
Yeah, I'll do you one better.
Yeah, but it was
Basically.
great. I mean,
Yeah,
the humor though, the humor that everyone kind of shared on set, I think hopefully translates into the film, because I really wanted this to be a story that still had humor. I miss the days where Batman was fun, you know,
Definitely.
when Michael Keaton was like, as Bruce Wayne, was a joy to watch. He was just so funny and entertaining. You know, we were kind of going back to that. I will say this about Anthony too. I think when I first reached out to him, I just gave him a list of all of the reasons why he shouldn't take on the role. It was like, we're not going to pay you. We can't afford to pay you what you deserve. We won't be able to do this, and this, but you get to play Batman. So if you're interested, and when he messaged back, he was like, yeah, I'm in. I get to play Batman. And later on, he told me like, yeah, I took it on because you were just honest and upfront about what it was going to be, and you know, there was just that kind of transparency and that openness between the cast. I think is part of why the chemistry works so well.
Wow. So you didn't sugarcoat it. You just said straight up, like, no pay, just for fun, but you're being Batman. And
you have to. You
like,
have to. If
who would say no to that? You know.
Right. I mean, that was our thing. And he had to drive all the way down from Savannah, Georgia. Like, he put in the effort. He really did. He committed 120% to this part, and we are so grateful that he was willing to, because this guy's pro. He's a professional actor. He has acting classes that he does, that he teaches. The man's a legend. But wow. Yeah, we were so lucky to get to work with him.
No,
you got to be upfront. You got to be upfront with people when you're working on independent projects. Hey, this isn't going to go to festivals. It's not going to generate any revenue, but people might watch it on YouTube and maybe enjoy it.
Yeah, that whole day after I watched it, like, the sort of wit and humor sort of carried me, you know, the whole day. Like, I just felt like I could jump up and click my heels all day, you know. It was that sort of vibe that it gave off, you know.
There has been a blooper reel project file in my Premiere that has been open many times and then closed many times. And I shake my head and I go, no.
I mean, it's gotta be like, I can't put this on the internet, you know, like. Yeah.
I'd have to get everyone to sign waivers first, maybe. But
is it that bad?
It's that bad.
No, I'm joking.
No,
but yeah, hey, never say never, you know.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I mean, it's always going to be there. It's never going to, like, go away. Oh my God. Okay, none of you can hear that, right?
No, we cannot hear the cat.
Okay. Okay. So sorry. I'm like, if I look away. Now, more questions. Sorry.
Yeah, we got the last few questions here.
Yes, last few questions. Now, this question, I mean, you both have the same last name, Britt, but I did see in the credits, I mean, you guys have to explain to me what a moon god is.
Okay.
This could be really underwhelming or really awesome.
Well, I have comments about this. Who came up with moon god? Was that you, Emma?
I think it was me. I think this was me.
Came up with.
Okay, so in the opening scene, I have to say this because my daughter still is mad at me. That's her bedroom.
Oh,
and we destroyed it. I mean, it looks, we spend like 5-6 hours on that room just doing the production design. We totally rearranged everything, and I didn't tell her we were going to do that. Honestly, I didn't know we were going to do that much, but anyway, so we did a lot of work on it. It looks great. I mean, the production design really sets the stage for the whole rest of the film.
Oh, definitely.
And there's so many little Easter eggs in that. I mean, there has to be at least 50, because I got stuff I put in there. My son is moon god, and I've been training him to be a gaffer and a grip. So he's got things in there. Franklin does, Emma does. Everybody has in that room that's just a little nod to whatever. So anyway, in that shot, we've been prepping and setting up, and of course I had the camera set up, and we're always looking through the camera's eye to make sure that we are happy with what we're capturing. And it must have been the last few takes. I'm like, this is nighttime. Why is there no moonlight coming in the window? So of course it's a very small budget. I mean, no budget all the gear, all the cameras, all the lights. That's just my stuff that I have. So I said, Ian, who's my son, I said, I need you to go outside on the roof. So the window that she climbs in through, there's actually a roof out there. And so it was cold. I want to say it was February or April, right? So it was probably in the 30s or 40s. And
it was the end of January, I believe. It was freezing.
Ooh.
You're probably right. It might have been, it probably was January. So I said, you're going to have to go out there and hold this light. So he sat out there for like 45 minutes holding this light, and he was the moon. So we called him the moon god.
The moon god.
So
wow.
There's a picture of him somewhere.
And we're so glad too, because I mean, that's part of what makes that shot so great. It's definitely like the most, probably the most visually appealing shot in the film. And maybe one of the most appealing shots that we've ever done, but it's, yeah, Britt's absolutely right. There's at least 50 nods and Easter eggs and references in that one room. If you look,
yeah,
like,
I'm seeing the Maniacs, right?
Yes. So
yes.
that's a reference that no one gives a shit about, but it's a reference to a fictional band in the DC universe called the Maniacs. If you look them up, and you'll even note, it's kind of hard to see the poster in that, but like we got people that actually look like the members of the band for that photo shoot, just for that one poster.
My God.
There's also the Gray Ghost.
Yeah, Beware the Ghost.
Is right next to that.
Oh, these are all DC references. These aren't like real.
Yes.
Wow. Hold on.
There's
I'm
a,
like, it's like Christmas.
There's
now.
a postcard on the far left. I don't have it in front of me. There's a postcard on the far left that's referencing the Amazonians. All of the maps and stuff that you see on our little cork board, they're all maps of Gotham City and Gotham tunnels and waterways. I think
there's Yoshi.
There's a Yoshi too. Like all of the medals that you see and trophies and stuff, those are all of Emma's actual trophies for her gymnastics and martial arts stuff. Like every little detail in that space is something intentional that we.
Marty, this is intense.
I'm actually gonna.
Yeah.
I'm gonna correct you, Franklin. The trophies are actually ice skating trophies. Those are not
ice
mine.
skating. I bet.
Those are my mother's.
There's that
pulled them
one
out because
time.
Okay.
Where she, when Barbara has to fight Victor Freeze, she's got to bust out the ice skates, the bat skates, I think is canonically what they're called.
Click your heels twice and there you go. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. I'll tell you what's even more like subtle and obscure is in the living room. There's a framed picture on one of the tables, and we actually got David Horn like downtown, and one of my good friends, his name is David Gerard, and he looks a little bit like Billy D. Williams. So we got the two of them to take like a handshake photo in front of the courthouse as if it was Harvey Dent and Commissioner Gordon, and like a photo together. Tiny little things, tiny little references like that. Stuff on the fridge too.
Can you see that? I remember it. Oh, yep, you can. If you go to 723.
723 going right now.
You can barely see the piece of it.
Oh,
it's a gold frame.
That's you wouldn't even notice that. That's like
you wouldn't. That's the thing though. You have to be that insane about it, because I used to be a kid growing up who would like just pause the movie constantly just to see those little details and stuff. And so like this is just for that tiny, probably non-existent percentage of people that do that with these kinds of films.
Right.
It's at the very least, it's
maybe pick up on it. Yeah.
You never know. Yeah. You never know. But for those people that do, like, they're gonna feel so satisfied.
Yeah. Even the photos in the foyer, I think there's a great, Wes Anderson inspired shot of Emma and Anthony talking to each other. That's a photo of Emma in between them, and I think one of you guys commented on how it was foreshadowing or something, but it was. But anyway, those are the little details that are kind of fun to go back and watch.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, especially now in the streaming service age, we can. It's so much easier now to pause and take a look at every single frame. I mean, I feel like every day now it's YouTube people going, I watched so and so at 0.25x speed, and here are 137 Easter eggs that you might have missed.
If you've seen the WandaVision caps, they're ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like everything is so tiny in the details. It's hysterical.
Definitely. Well, I mean, it has been an hour and a half. So we are going to
That's it
have
really?
to
Oh my God.
wrap up the recording section. To all the people who are watching this on YouTube, unfortunately, we have to wrap up. This has been so much fun, you guys. And thank you so much for coming. And we really love the movie. And we really love you guys. You guys are amazing. And hopefully everybody that's watching is going to go click the links all around. Click the links down there.
Nash, everybody, like, subscribe, hit the bell, do all that crap.
Subscribe and watch New Wings and do all that stuff because it's really good. It's really good. They do good stuff. I'm going to reiterate. But
if you're watching this and you haven't heard about us, yeah, go click the link and leave a comment that says that you came from here because we want to keep it all circulating.
Yes.
So yeah,
we
can't thank you guys enough for giving us this opportunity. So
and thank you guys
so
for actually accepting the opportunity. I mean, it's always such a pleasure, to meet other people that do this sort of thing. Okay, before I get into a sap fest, we're gonna have to I don't want to say cut the recording because that sounds like I'm a studio executive.
We're gonna have to stop this.
We're gonna have to end this now.
End this right now.
Okay, so yes, do all that, and if you've done that, come back later, and we'll have more episodes for you, and you can go back and watch our future episodes if you can't get enough of us, and you just really want to see our faces for another 3 hours. We have maybe 3 hours of content. Like just keep clicking. Yeah. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you next time on Views, Reviews, and Interviews. Good night or something, whatever time you're watching this.
Leave. Goodbye.
Cue the exit music. Yeah.